doesn't make sense now. It just got real, things are getting intense now.
Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, it is time for another crochet hair review. In today's crochet hair, as you also saw from the title, is the EayonHair human hair crochet in the style wet and wavy, 20 inches and in its natural black color. Now, if you're not familiar with my channel, hi, welcome, smash that subscribe button. But this is not an install DIY tutorial, nor was that conveyed in the title. The title was very clear. It said a review, and what a review is for my channel is I first come on here with my first day thoughts of a hair, literally moments after install, telling you how many packs I use, where I got the hair from, what the hair looks like, and overall my first day impressions of the hair. Then I mosey on down to my 1 week thoughts. Having worn the hair for 1 week, I show you how it looks 1 week in. Has it gone uphill or downhill in the course of that week? And what my nighttime routine has been like with that hair. Then after 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of wear, I come on the final day of me wearing that hair to show you how it looks. Tell you really has it gone uphill or downhill over the course of that wear, whether I think it's water friendly, whether I think it's active friendly, and whether I recommend you try said hair. Now there are timestamps down below for those who may want to skip around and see different parts of today's video. But if you want to watch the continuous flow, just keep watching to see my first day of thoughts on this Eayon wet and wavy human hair crochet.
A few moments later.
So now coming on here for my day one thoughts on this Eayon wet and wavy hair. I normally have my sign, you guys know, to the side, but I'm filming in a different location because I'm filming at a different time of the day. I have a friend's dinner this afternoon and I didn't want to film at my normal time, which is 8 a.m. I wanted to film a little closer to the evening since dinner was at 7. So I'm a girl who likes to utilize one face of makeup, one get ready, one good shower, one everything, all for one event. So that is why I'm in a different location, but I hope you can see everything. Now, this is a review video, like I mentioned in my intro. However, I do have an install and I will leave that video up above. Now, if you watched my install and now you're watching this day one thoughts, you probably could skip ahead because everything I knew in that install is the same amount of information I know right now. Me and her have had the hearing for the same amount of time, and so we are going to say the exact same things over again. The one thing I will address in this video is that video was sponsored. This video is not sponsored. Now, everything I say in my install is always my thoughts, but I need to always make it clear that the company collaborated with me on the install. They couldn't care less if I took the hair out immediately after I finished recording, but I make my reviews for you guys because I know US customers want to have the authentic experience. Now, also I need to say in my install videos, when I do collaborate with brands, a lot of times I get the same question: how long did it take to get to you? Or how long was shipping? And all of that. I got it in my last Eayon video. I'm sure I'm going to get it in this video as well. Remember what I said 1 second ago? The video was a collaboration with them, and I'm very honest in my content creation. I know they sent it to me quicker than ever because, again, it was Lia Lavon. They were sending it to Lia Lavon, who was in turn reviewing the hair. However, in my comments of my last Eayon tight curly video, you guys left some of your experiences in terms of shipping. It sounds like shipping is what it says on the site, which is, I think, 5 to 6 days of processing. So business days of processing. So don't think if you order it, you're going to get it in the same week, because the site is very clear. You're not going to get it in the same week. However, on top of that, then there's the shipping, and that is also outlined on the site. If there's anything different than what is cascaded on the site, please let me know and be vocal about that in this comment section. I want my audience to have, again, a reflection or at least some kind of idea of what shipping is like. So there's that. They did send me 3 packs of hair. Now, as I mentioned in my install, their packaging is a little bit different. Last time I tried the tight curly, I got 3 packs and every single shred of hair was in those 3 packs. Now they started divvying up the hair a bit differently. So this right here, even though it's 2 separate packs, this is what 1 pack is. So they've kind of narrowed it down because they also sell half packs, that this is a half pack. This is what you get if you order 1 pack. So this is 1 pack, and then if you order 2 packs, you get 4 of these, and if you order 3 packs, then you get 6 of these individual bundles. So I got sent 6 of those. I only ended up using 4, but that's really 2 packs. So I have 2 packs of hair in my head. As I said in my install, 2 packs at 20 inches. The exact amount I have in my head is 246. If you feel like I'm gonna need a little bit extra, because I have every single last drop of 2 packs in my head. If you feel like you're gonna need a little bit more, 2.5 packs at 20 inches is 277. But again, you can get 16 inches, 18 inches, and the price will vary depending on what configuration. Again, this is also, as I'm recording this video today, in May. Are we in May still? Yeah, we're still in May of 2025. This hair is in its natural color, and that's kind of a 2-ish color. This hair can be dyed, though. It can be colored. I dyed my last Eayon hair you guys saw in a color that was a 4 RC cherry wood, which matches my own natural hair. You could dye this. You can straighten this. You can wet and wavy it, too, but we'll get into that in a second. In terms of my braid down, I have another braid down done by my girl Kish. If you guys know, you know I said I'm going to find somebody who can do a braid down for me. After years and years of doing my washes and all of that and blow drying my own hair, I want somebody else to do it. I'm at an age now where I want the luxury of someone else doing it, and especially someone else doing it at an affordable price. So this time around, I told her no leave out. She did leave out the last time. No leave out, and I'm doing crochet. She doesn't know I have a crochet hair channel. She was like, I'm going to do it like this, in this way that you're seeing on screen right now, because it'll allow for a level of versatility where you can part the hair on any side that you want to. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting concept. I've never had that kind of flexibility. Normally, we're left side and we're left side alone. We don't go anywhere but the left side. The left side is holding me down, so I could again part on any side that I want to with this braid down, and I really do enjoy that. With the braid down itself, it keeps taking her about an hour. I time it, I get there, she's done and wrapping up, and we are just closing out after an hour deep. I don't know how, and I be thinking it's going to take longer, because they always comment on how thick my hair is when I come in there. They're like, oh, this hair to braid it down. I'm like, yes, I don't want to have to do it myself. So she kind of washes and all that. It's not the longest. I don't get a deep condition. It's just a wash, shampoo, all of that, and condition, then a braid down. But it took her an hour. It took me an hour 15 to install it. Very quick on my end. I did double knot this hair all throughout. I saw looser hair, just like the last hair I tried, which was a looser hair. I realized you do need to double knot a looser hair. If it's a kinkier, kind of coily texture, I think it's fine. But with this hair, as loose as it is, over time, over wear, I'm sure it'll kind of roughen up in the kind of area. But as fresh as it is right now, honey, we gonna need to go ahead and double knot this. So it took me an hour 15, watched all of the most recent episode of Housewives of Atlanta. I'm a week behind. I film on Saturdays, you guys know that. And I'm watching last Sunday's episode because I just had a crazy this past week. But we're ending on a good note because my hair is done. My hair is fresh. My hair is done. It's so lightweight, I can't keep my hands out of it, and it's like freeing. It feels very free. Now, to the wet and wavy portion of it, because I know that's what everyone wants. They're like, it's a wet and wavy hair. That means when it gets wet, it's gonna be different. I'm inserting a clip right now of me wetting this hair because again, I'm going somewhere right after this, and I don't want to wet it right now. It's not time for experimentals, because what if wet and wavy fails? What if wet and wavy is a failure and it's a flop? We don't want that when I'm going out to this nice restaurant with my friends in my beautiful dress and all of this. I don't want any of that to happen. So you guys saw what you guys saw. Hopefully it looks good. And you'll probably see, again, I'm acting like this is still the install. I'm wearing the hair out, so I'll talk probably more about it in real time, the versatility of it. I'm sure I'll put some heat to it at some point. I have big plans for this hair because I do plan to wear it for a few weeks. And, you know, this is not just a in and out type of a situation. This is me wearing a situation out and getting my wear's worth and having my thoughts on it. Again, 20 inches, don't plan on cutting it. This is probably the first time you guys are watching in a while. Like the tight curly was 20 inches and y'all were like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Human hair is always measured as is. Like, even if it shrinks up, if it's coily, if it like it's a super coily hair, they're gonna measure it when you pull the curl down. But overall, this is my day one thoughts. I'm sure I'll have more thoughts and opinions during my week one thoughts coming up right now.
1 week later.
So now coming on in here for my week one thoughts on this EayonHair Wet and Wavy Human Hair Crochet. Now, it does not look exactly like it looked in day one at all because I have since done the wet part. It was doing the wavy beforehand, and then about midweek I got up and I did the wet part. So I put some water on this hair, put some of my Crazy Sexy Curl by The Dew on this hair, and now you're seeing the hair as it currently stands after doing all of that. Now, to me, in my opinion, looking at it in the mirror, I'm like, oh, this is the Y-Wigs water wave now. Now I'm just back in that other style. Now I feel like I'm in a more curly style, which I know Eayon probably has a similar hair too. I think both sites have like a similar, they have an equal. They might not call it the same thing, but they have an equal on each site. So I know Eayon probably has a water wave as well. And this now just looks like a water wave curl. Again, side by side, I think I look just like I did a few weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago at this point, when I had that water wave in. And I was thinking to myself, how do I go back? Like, am I done? Am I forever done being the girl I was at day one? And I think so, because like, how would I get back to that? Like, if I put water on it right now, it just would become this again. Like I think once it's wet and wavy in the sense that once it's wet, it's done being wavy, honey. It's wet and then it becomes this. And cause I think if you wash this and it dries, it's going to dry back to this. So I don't think I'll ever see that girl that I saw day one again. And I'm fine with that. I am fine. Now, in terms of nighttime routine, all I do is pineapple my hair, which again is pulling all the curls to the top of my head, putting my scarf on, laying it on down that way. I did that same thing even when it was pre the wet. When it wasn't this curly and it looked the way it did from day one, which was Saturday, until now the following Saturday, I done the same pineapple. So whatever state this hair was in, I put this bad boy up in a ponytail and I slept. I'm not here for the maintenance. You guys know, I'm here to lay it on down. I'm not here to lay it on down and do a whole rigmarole and routine. So it's definitely been lower maintenance in that way, but I'd be remiss if I did not mention, after I turned that camera off on my day one thoughts, I mentioned I was going to a birthday dinner for my friend. It was her birthday. We had a good time together. The restaurant itself, if you follow me on Instagram, you know the issues and challenges I had with the restaurant. But in terms of being amongst friends, that was amazing. What was not amazing is a strand did fall out. A strand did fall out, and I chalk it up to, I know I double knot, and I say double knot throughout. I feel like there were a couple of points in my head where I probably only single knotted, just because my hands are used there. Of course, my hands did the same maneuver over and over again 200 times. I'm sure 5 of those 200 times it forgot to pull it through twice. And I feel like that was a single strand. I would be remiss. My friend was like, girl, your hair is on the floor. And I was like, it sure is. Let me grab this on up and move along in my day. And then I came home. Well, I didn't come home. I got home very late that night. But the next day, I raked my fingers through just to make sure everything at this point was secure. Because again, I went from installing it to my friend's thing. And then it was a full day. I wanted to make sure Sunday when I got up that we weren't going to have that issue anymore. And I since have not. So I would definitely, again, urge you that this is a hair that you're going to want to knot multiple times for the security of the hair. You don't want to have anything fall out. You don't want anything to be coming on out, especially if you're going to be raking your fingers through it and moving and transitioning from that wavy to what it is now. I do like the duality of it, but again, going back to what I said originally, like once you wet it, how do I revert it back? If I ever wanted to look like I did day one, what would I do? I mean, I could flat iron and I can do all those things, and I probably will do some more things. When I come back for my final thoughts, I'll probably have done more than what you're seeing right now. So just keep watching to see my final thoughts on this wet and wavy human hair crochet from EayonHair.
Later.
Now coming on here for my final thoughts on this EayonHair human hair crochet. As you can see from the sign, it has been 3 weeks with this hair, and I have to say I really have enjoyed my 3 weeks with this hair. I'm not taking it out again at 3 weeks because it's terrible. I'm taking it out at 3 weeks because I make crochet hair related content, and any longer would delay me trying the next hair that you guys have been begging me to try for quite some time, and I'm excited to put that hair in because now finally I can finally say I tried this insert hair that you guys again have been asking, so stay tuned to see what that is. But as far as my thoughts on the wet and wavy hair, my first thought is the con around it. The con is a frizz is a lot. I feel like I have a lot of frizz coming off like the top of my head, even from the very almost beginning. If I look back after week 1 or day 1, really, I saw a bunch of frizz coming off of the crown area, and I thought like washing it would work. I've washed this hair twice since I've had it in my head. I thought washing it and like the next day that fresh style would be something, and unfortunately it didn't do anything. So I think that's something, especially again in this area, I've noticed and I've seen a bit more frizz than I traditionally see in a lot of hair. It might look a little more tamed today because I did put like a pomade, like the edge control I use, I like kind of put it in my hands and like use that to kind of rake it down. But I think from day 1, just something about it has been a little bit more frizzy. I don't know fully what it is, but it's just frizzier in the crown area. Now, this is how the hair looks after crimping it. I think since week 1, really from has it been the last 2 weeks or maybe week and a half, I have just been using my crimper. Like I wanted beachy type waves, and that's what this is. If you notice in some of my videos, some of my other content, you're like, you have beachy waves. Is that the same hair? Is that the wet and wavy? Yes, it is the same hair. It's the wet and wavy. It is human, so you can put heat to it. I've been using the crimper. My goal today for my final thoughts was to wear it in a different way because I've been wearing it crimped all this time. I thought, okay, for the final day, I'm going to wash it and I'm going to do something else. Well, yesterday I had a different plan in mind. The road outside my home exploded. Water shot up in the sky, honey. And that happened at 5. And got an email saying, yeah, we're not going to have water. The guy's not coming until 6 a.m. You might not have water till 4 p.m. the next day. So, I was like, guess I'm not doing that whole wash routine. I was like, I can't wait to log off of work and wash my hair. That was exactly what I was going to do. I was going to log off, wash my hair. Water said no, not today. Now, I did maybe 2 weeks ago upload my install video, so that is live on this channel, and you saw it at this point, so I'm getting comments around it. One comment was, this looks like the equivalent to the Brazilian braid by Free Tress, and I think this is bounced off of what I said in a previous video, that there is no human equivalent to some synthetic hair. Some synthetic hair just are going to look synthetic because they were made that way. There's no way you can have one synthetic hair. Somebody asked for a human version of a synthetic hair that I wore, and I was like, there is no, because Kima Soft Dread does not look like a human's head. A human has to exist who has hair coming out of their scalp naturally. You can manipulate anything to make anything, but natural out of scalp is not that. So I said there's no human hair equivalent to Free Tress Brazilian braid, and I stand by this statement because I don't think it looked like the Free Tress Brazilian in my install. I'll do a side-by-side of the Free Tress Brazilian and how this hair looked at the end of my install of the hair, and I don't see, it might be my eyes, I'm not seeing an equivalent to it. I'm not seeing a similarity other than maybe the length, but you guys let me know down below. I'm doing a side-by-side again so you guys can be the judge fully of that. Ever since that first girl that you saw in that first day thoughts, I've never seen that again. I've never seen my hair look like that again. I don't think once you put a drop of water, because I don't even think I look the same 2 days after. Even after I put Like, it was a rainy week. It's been such a crazy rainy time recently. But after I did the Wet and Wavy, I think it rained sometime that next week. And I think the moisture in the air really made my hair curl. It made it curl, and it never has looked back again like that. I don't know what you can do to get it to look like that again. But one of the comments I did get in my install videos, how do you get it to go back? I still haven't figured that fully out. Don't know if you can, but you can make it look different ways. I think I have done a good job of looking different, throughout the wear. Of course, gonna get the question, is it active friendly? Is it water friendly? I think you could work out in this hair just fine. Water friendly. Y'all just really want to swim in human hair, don't you? Like, you just, and I think you need to find the content creator who likes human hair to swim in. I was watching a content creator was it last year? I was about to say a few months ago, but it feels even longer than that. But she was talking about how she doesn't believe in swimming in synthetic hair. She was reviewing a human hair crochet, and she said, this is perfect for water because I would only swim in human hair. And I was like, whoo, we are so different, girl. Because for me, I'm lazy. I'm lazy when it comes to my hair. I'm very involved, very not lazy, very go-hung about every other aspect in my life. And because I'm so gung-ho about every other aspect of my life, I don't want my hair to be my biggest thing that I have to worry about. I love vacationing. You guys know I love traveling. I like eating. I like doing things. I like being out and about. I'm an activities girl. I'm a lounge girl. I'm not a want to be in the bathroom doing my hair on a vacation in a small bathroom girl. And you would have to just do something. Like, you have to do something. With synthetic hair, I feel like it just stays. With human hair, it just isn't. So I'm never going to be the advocate for a human. I say that over and over again, but I still get comments because I get new people every day. Hey, welcome. If you're new here, again, for the 50 millionth time, I don't want to be on vacation doing work. But if you want to, we and you could be different. If you want to do work, put the work in, take this hair with you, honey. Go swim, be out there in the elements, go back to the room, blow dry it, flat iron it, just wear it in its natural state, which is that curly way. Do what you want to do. Don't listen to me. I'm different. I'm, again, not wanting to do hair. I do think I look very similar to how I looked when I had the Ocean Wave by... Who made that Ocean Wave? I cannot even remember. It has been over a year at this point that I tried that Ocean Wave. It was right around this time. I'm wearing even the same dress I wore. I'm going to put a side-by-side, if I can, of me and that Ocean Wave. Sometimes people ask me, what is a synthetic kind of equivalent to a hair? Well, it's hard with a human hair because what version do you want? If you want it in this version, then an Ocean Wave type hair would be the same. If you want it how it looked, day one, maybe like a straight, you guys know I hate straight synthetic hairs, but a straight synthetic hair, if you want it curly, like a beach curl type thing, a solid black beach curl, a 1B beach curl, like the list of, it depends on what stage of this hair. But the final question I'm always going to get is the takedown. I'm going to insert that now. I'm going to elongate it because people are like, I want a long version of it. Here is a longer version of me taking down this hair that I'm not going to take down right now because I'm going to see me and my mother are having lunch. But tomorrow, on Sunday, I'll be taking this hair out and I'll insert that right now.
I saw someone spray their human hair crochet with water at the knot to make it easier during takedown, so I decided to give it a try. And to my surprise, it did make it easier to take the hair out. I'm saying easier to take the hair out, not easy to take the hair out. Human hair crochet is very difficult and time consuming to remove. I want to be clear. It's difficult and time consuming no matter the hair, and especially if you've done a lot with the hair, like I did in my review and time with this hair. I washed it several times. I put heat to it. I blow dried it. When you manipulate a hair a lot, it does make it harder to remove because at that knot location, it is very locked in. Let's say it's really in there. So this is probably one of the hardest hair I had to remove, human hair to remove, but it is also one of the hair I did the most with. I always give the advice: take your time. If you want to remove it, set aside a day, honey. Set aside some hours. Get your show ready and start taking the hair down. You can keep and reuse some of the hair. I don't want you guys to ever forget that, but I want you to be mindful. It's a process. It's easy to install, a process to remove.
So don't know what that girl just said, but I think I'm going to try something different. I think I'm going to spray water as I do it. I saw a girl who took down a human hair and she sprayed water and she said the water helped. I did double knot this hair, which I don't regret doing at all. I think you have to do that. I wouldn't do anything different in terms of the knotting of this hair, but the takedown is something we're both interested to see. I think it's been secure. I think from that first day, you know, double knotting it, I have had no issues. As much as I've heated it, I've put heat on this hair every morning. I kind of get up and put heat on new curls. Like how I preserve this hair at night, all I do is I continue to pineapple it, so it's, you know, in this messy beach wave. And then I get up in the morning, you know, if I'm going in the office that day, I'll find 5 pieces that are just not as wavy as other, and I'll just randomly like do that. I hate having to use heat tools. That's the thing I'm not used to with synthetic hair. I have turned my car around in the morning. Luckily, I wasn't too far from the house to make sure my iron is off. I'm not used to using curling irons, flat irons, heating tools, so that's been fun. But overall, the hair, wearing it it's been a joy. It's been a pleasure. I've gotten a lot of comments. A lot of people are like, you look good, even when I didn't even try. Like, I wasn't even doing anything to try to look good, honey. It just came naturally. But I'm pulling the mic to me right now because they're finally clearing up that hole outside my home right now. So the people are there. There's a loud beeping noise. So I'm pulling the mic closer so you can hear me good for the send-off. I do have a coupon code with Eayon that they just let me know after the install video. After the install video, they were like, yeah, you have this coupon code. Go ahead and use it. I'll put it on screen right now. Would have been good to know because I love the tight curly. So use that to get anything off of your purchase. Make sure if you like this video, you give it a big thumbs up. Give it a big thumbs up even if you didn't like it. We want all the love and support over here on this channel, as well as we want you subscribed so you don't miss a thing we do over here. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lia Lavon 89 to keep up with my shenanigans in real time. TikTok at Lia Lavon, which is a few more shenanigans in a bit more real time. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.